Okay, I thought I'd shoot a little video of me spinning cotton on the Dodec. I had some people asking if it was possible or if it handled it well. I didn't know. I don't spin cotton. I was not that used to it. I know that you need a high ratio. Anyways, I made a high ratio spindle and I spun some cotton earlier this week, but I actually ran the risk of overspinning. So I ended up taking it back to the normal spindle Dodec, and I don't have a problem actually just spinning cotton at the 8-to-1 ratio. It does really well, and that way kind of my hands match my feet with the speed that I treadle as opposed to the speed that I'm drafting at. I really like doing cotton. This is about the third time that I've spun cotton, and this is still the first week that I've spun cotton, so if there's anything I'm doing improperly, you'll have to excuse me. But as far as the wheel goes, it does make it very accessible and really easy to draft cotton on the go and spin it on this wheel. I am enjoying it quite a bit. Now I gotta find a source for cotton because I'm gonna go through a lot of cotton fiber if I start spinning this stuff for enjoyment. And if this week was any indication, I think I will, because I really like it. I'd like to raise me some cotton in raised planters because I have a farm where we have a lot of raised planters around, and currently we're not doing anything specific with those. We're not doing any kind of vegetable garden or any kind of flowers, and that way I could see, how much soil it takes for a good output on cotton, and how much yarn I would get out of, say, 6 or 8 raised planters if I'm raising cotton in all of them and spinning it all together. We're here in central Missouri, and we're kind of as far north as you want to go if you're going to raise cotton, but I have been told that anywhere that's good for raising dandelions is good for raising cotton, because what you want are good raising conditions in the spring for any vegetation, green springs with rain and stuff, but then you need a really hot pop in the summer that'll make those bulbs really spring up and pop open and stuff. So I've heard that, we're good for that here in central Missouri. So I don't know how long I'm going to spin here, but as you can see, it doesn't have a problem doing this cotton. This is like a light blue cotton that I'm doing here, so I don't know how well it's turning out against my clothing, but hopefully you can see it. And I tried to get the camera as close as I could without having it so close on top of me that you couldn't see me draft or you couldn't see the wheel spin, because that's the problem with coming in closer, is that you're not seeing as much of the activity if you are getting a better look at the yarn. So I try to split the difference there, and hopefully this is working. But this Dodec is an 8-to-1 ratio, and clearly that works for cotton, so I'm not sure what the deal is. And I've plied this too. I haven't had a problem with it, falling apart on me when I go to try to ply it. I'm not underspinning it. It isn't going as fast as my wool, because you do want to add more twist to cotton, but I'm still getting a very even, nice gauge on this single, and it is not hard at all at an 8-to-1 to keep it together. So yeah, I'm surprised that most people want a 40-to-1 or a 50-to-1 for cotton spinning. My other spindle was a 16 to 1, and it did fine. It's just it did overspin on me quite a bit. It would start kinking pretty quickly because that 16 to 1 is rather fast for me. I'm sure that there's a lot of people out there that are spinning at a higher ratio than that, but maybe on a flyer head it's the spindle wheel is, I don't know, it just seems like it's more direct for doing stuff, and you can add twist incrementally, where on the flyer head, since it's pulling on the fiber, you kind of have to get it to give you as much twist in the beginning as you can so that it doesn't really pull the fiber out of your hand before you have the twist in it. So that's not an issue with the spindle wheel. In case you're wondering about spinning cotton on your Dodec, you have more control from the beginning because you're not using a flyer. I hope to have this video up today, but we'll see what we can do. Hopefully the sound will be pretty nice. The weather is beautiful here, and it's Labor Day of 2014. We just went to the World Sheep and Wool Festival at Bethel, Missouri, the day before yesterday, and that was a good time. There wasn't a lot of fiber stuff going on this year. Now it's more, this year, it was more of a festival for locals and things. It's still heavily sheep related. They showed you how to butcher sheep, they showed you how to shear sheep, they showed you how to train sheepdogs, or they had sheepdog trials at least. And then they had mutton busting. They had all kinds of animal shows and stuff like that. But as far as having vendors selling, there were only 2 vendors, and there were no classes, and there were no like knitting or spinning competitions. Still, everybody that was there was having a good time, and it was a lot of fun. So.